Welcome travelers from the winding trails. Grab a spot by the hearth and a pint of ale. A brief respite from our noble quest. Lean back in a chair for the Song of Rest. Hello travelers and welcome to the Song of Rest, a place where our heroes and the deities that guide them gather to share a behind-the-scenes and behind-the-screens look at the unfolding adventures in Archipeldia. Gathered before us is our dungeon master, Aaron Rollins, and his band of players, Janelle Wilke, Chad Stafford, and Ben Holland. But I'll let them do the talking, and I'll get back to playing.
Born to Feywild!
Born to Feywild!
Amazing.
Do you want a guitar riff for that? I could absolutely.
That would be lovely, please.
I'll take care of it.
Beautiful.
I'll take care of it.
Picking up a zombie. Heading to the forest.
Yes.
Just met a cool bunny.
Zombie!
I'll find something that it's that riff, but not that riff. You also did like a surf.
Yes, he
thing.
was playing Surfing Bird.
Yeah, I was also thinking I could do that. I actually just got a new tremolo pedal, so I can actually make that sound.
You know, this is why we have talented people in this show.
Right? Are we in the episode? Are we in the Song of Rest?
Oh, we've been in the episode. Bro. We're at the campfire. We're with the Fae folk. We're living the dream, man.
I never know when it comes to Song of Rest. We're just start talking.
Be careful, you'll get spanked to death.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sparkle to death.
I did not think it was going to work out. I'm like, how many hit points did it have left?
Exactly. You literally hit it to the point. Because with the enter cap that you...
So she needed to max it out.
Oh, for the spank? Yeah, she had to max it out. Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Maximum spankage.
It was exactly enough. I was thinking, oh, yeah, well, good try. Thrig's going to finish this thing off. And then the hilarity ensued of me trying to think of how Brandy's spanking this thing to death. Is
What does it look like?
Yeah.
Just spanks it so hard there's a dent in it. Broke its spine.
Yeah, it's like it goes into X-ray mode from Mortal Kombat. And
Oh
it
my
just
God.
it starts a split in its spinal column that just reverberates all the way up its skull.
And then it just mandibles just breaking off. Just
Yeah.
Sends a shockwave.
I got to stop sending big bug creatures at you because Brandy just fucks them up so bad.
You never learn your lesson, sir. And until you do, Brandy will be the true hero of the party.
Bug Slayer.
Also, big, sexy fly guys.
Sexy fly.
Oh my
Juicy
God. I
I
think
couldn't
bubble
stop
butt.
thinking of this Ren and Stimpy drawn fly with a giant ass just shaking it in that web.
that I'm skipping ahead. That fly is my fan art moment.
Oh,
Holy
God.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've been captured. Oh, poor me.
Oh, no.
Buzz,
I hope
buzz.
someone doesn't come and take a bite out of me.
Buzz, buzz, buzz,
Buzz.
Buzz. Oh, God.
Flower crowd, really, how does it also make noise? Like,
I do not know. The Feywild must enhance it or something.
everything's enhanced in the Feywild.
Yeah. Oh, God. Big bubble
That
butt.
juicy booty
Bubble
got
butt.
even juicier.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe this.
I love the headcanon with the ender caps getting so upset by the
Yeah.
being deceived. They're like, all right, that old lady,
Well,
hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the
They were
greatest
really
part,
pissed.
the only option is vengeance.
the best part is like the second there is a spider web and there's, we got to do something about this. Flower Kraut hesitated 0 seconds to put the juicy fly up there, like the sexy, juicy, kissy face fly. I loved it. So amazing. It's like there was no planning. It was just, hey, this is happening.
I didn't even realize. Yeah. Oh, no. What does this say about my brain?
Good things. Good things.
Oh, man.
I felt so bad the amount of times that we burst Thrig's happy bubble.
Oh,
Like I felt really bad.
He was so excited.
Player Ben was so excited for it. I'm happy every time because when it finally comes out, it's going to come out big. It's going to be awesome because you have no idea what's in that bag. That bag is, Aaron knows what's in that bag, but that bag has a lot of fun in it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Third tool.
Third tools.
I know.
Third
It's
tools.
like Violent Mary Poppins in there. What's going on, Thrig?
Yeah.
yeah.
Does he have a bag of holding? He totally has a bag of holding.
No,
It's
he
just
doesn't.
like
It's a regular backpack.
endless violence.
Yeah, I wish. But I got to use my grappling hook. I mean, that was good.
that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm happy,
awesome.
I'm happy for that. I mean, kind of got to use it.
Self-serving,
yeah.
but my fan art moment, I'll also jump ahead, is the idea of Thrig and Timothy banjo-kazooing off the cliff. That's really funny to me.
I love the idea of my fan art moment would be Thrig high-fiving the mage hand. There's something about
pretty
that.
good.
Just with
pretty good.
Timothy smiling a few feet away.
You want to
Yeah.
high-five it?
Yeah.
I just like want to do random little moments of poor little zombie Nathaniel like going about like instructing himself. Although I love that you seized the moment when Flowerkraut was in danger. You had him like grab old lady's feet. That was just the coolest way to like introduce yourself into the situation. I was so amazed. I loved it.
Aaron, if we could give the DM inspiration, which we don't want to do because we don't want you rolling again, inspiration just for Nathaniel, or not, however you say it, on this
love
everything.
Nathaniel.
is so good because you kept up with it. So
His
did.
name is still it's spelled Nathaniel,
Yeah.
but he's an elf, so it's Nathaniel.
Oh my god.
I don't know if anyone caught, but Thrig called him Nate.
Yeah,
I did
no,
catch
that
that
was
when you were
good.
whispering
It was pretty
to
good.
Timothy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, he's a rookie necromancer who animated himself and has to give himself commands to move.
so funny.
So great. I kind of picture him as like an elf crossed with withers. Like that's just how I was
Yeah.
imagining him
There
the
you
whole
go.
time.
I
Yeah.
love the idea of him trying to get towards us. Like, turn that way. No, towards my friends. Wrong direction. Like, just all of that. It's just the idea
God damn it!
of us fighting all these things, and he's 10 feet off walking in circles, trying to get there. Like, trying his little heart
left
out.
turn, left.
And Remington was such a cool character too. You did
Remington
amazing
rules.
character.
Remington's cool.
Oh my god.
Remington's
Freaking
cool.
Aaron knows. As soon as he's like, there's a Hare gone, I'm like, I will do anything to help him. Anything. You give me a fun little
Fantastic.
creature guy, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for him.
Yeah, I liked Remington. He's fun.
Yeah, Remington's cool.
Lot more to learn about him and the Veiled Cavalcade.
I hope
Oh, cool. I wrote that correctly in my notes.
Yeah, it's
I
a
wrote
cool
so many
name.
more notes this time. Because my notes from the last session were Thrig needs to be healed with healing potion. It's like,
he
wow,
did.
great job, Janelle. The past. Thank you for that.
He didn't get his ass kicked as much this time.
Thank goodness. Yeah, Flowerkraut surprisingly is only down 5 hit points, 28 out of 33. After all of that bullshit that
Oh my
happened.
gosh, like that ended up being a lot better of a combat, I think, than what was originally going to happen, because you guys were really clever about getting Remington out of the webbing. But, you know, had you fought them like in their zone, that probably would have gotten a lot worse. Also, like just trying to save Remington if they had come out and they were like crawling towards him while he was still stuck, you know, all that stuff. So it really was like you guys had already beat the encounter by freeing him and leaving. That's why I didn't like say that they were like immediately attacking you guys. They were stalking you. The guys, they knew you were there, but fighting them, that was your choice. And hey, it turned out pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
I think the idea was no matter how far we were going to go, they were just going to follow us. So it's like, we got to deal with this problem. Plus, it sounded like when we got to the edge that those things were going to come out and attack us. So like they could have just snuck up on us either way. So I liked Thrig's idea of just like getting to favorable ground and then just taking care of this problem.
Well, because I remember he said, like, you know, we got into a place that had more ceiling to it. And so just take away their advantage of being above us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fred's stupid, but he's not dumb.
Look, it's my thieving cavern. I mean, crap.
It's just let's go back where Timothy stole stuff. It's like
he just takes some drapes.
I didn't do it because Timothy didn't reveal the stuff that he had taken, but I was going to crack a joke and be like, Nathaniel walks up and goes, "Oh, that's my house. You're taking my stuff."
Man, this is a cool necklace. You ever seen a necklace like this, Nathaniel? That was my wife's.
That was my wife's. She's dead now.
I miss her so much. Oh,
dark.
Sorry.
I'm gonna keep it though.
It's really
She
shiny.
doesn't need it, right?
Just slowly going back in the backpack. Ooh, deal breaker.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
I'm a good person, I swear.
All your descriptions this session, Aaron, were so cool. Like the first one that I wrote down in my notes was like the sea of trees was reminding me of like Princess Mononoke when the trees are kind of like coming to life with all the what is it, the kodamas?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what I think of is just like these trees kind of like waving almost like the ocean. And it's so cool.
Princess Mononoke is a fantastic like example of the Feywild, I think, you know, because you get so much of that magical forest sense to it, but it's also kind of like crossing over with the material plane because you've got, you know, these people, you know, infringing on the woods but you've got talking wolves. I mean, it's my favorite Ghibli movie of all. So
it's got it strikes a really good balance of like the idea of this magical, untouched place that is serene and beautiful just as much as it is dangerous and ever changing. Like you can never truly be at ease when something is truly wild.
I love the idea of like looking over the cliff of the island, which you should be like technically looking like almost like a seaside type thing, like looking over onto the ocean, but instead it's just trees further than you can see. And just like on a flat plane of just trees. And like that has like a sense of wonder to it. It was really cool and scary in its own way, which is I really like.
Yeah, so beautiful. I always appreciate like the detail you put into theater of the mind. It's so neat.
Remington's description of like the light's dangerous, but these days the shadows are dangerous too, was like such a great way to describe what we're walking into.
Yeah, he seems...
Yeah, it was a great way of saying, be scared of everything. Don't trust a single thing that you see. Like, oh, great.
Yeah, a little bit of a warning that, you know, like there's terrible things out here, but there's still people trying to deal with it, you know, or trying to navigate around the terrible things. Yeah, the one thing I love about the Feywild is that it is kind of a mirror dimension to the material plane. So a lot of things that exist in the material plane have a representation in the Feywild. So, you know, the islands, but they float. And then like the tree that you see off in the distance of where Senelise is could very well be a mountain in Archipelago. You know, just something that's jutting up out of the sea so tall, but in the Feywild, it would make more sense that it's just an enormous tree. You know, fun stuff. I really like making those comparisons on the parallel.
Well, you do it well.
Yeah, it'll be neat to see that come up more. I'm very interested to see like what kind of thing, like my mind's already going with like what kind of representation could be for Flowerkrauts. Like if her island was destroyed, like what's in place of that here? Yeah, I'm very curious about all of that sort of
does
thing.
it truly mirror, like if one part of it's destroyed on one plane, does that affect what happens to the other side.
It can.
Because it seemed like a similar thing had happened, with Astrozelian, right?
Yes. Well, Astrozelian is a city that sits literally on a Fey line, so it exists in both planes.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the hags and their army attacked, they essentially fucked up Astrozelian twice. They attacked the Feywild side. They killed Eladrin. They burned it down. They accessed the verdant wellspring. They came popping out into the material plane version of it, and then beat the crap out of the city from the inside out, on their way to essentially go do whatever they were going to do, which, as you guys all found out, was pull Miriam from the sky. As one of the first things they did once they arrived in the material plane.
Dustin doesn't like your Eder caps. I'm seeing him in the Discord. Poor Dustin. He sent us even a little clip of audio with the Sherman and the sword while we were preparing to record ourselves. It was very cute.
Can we talk about how ridiculous Timothy rolled the whole damn game?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I something about the Feywild, man. Every time it's the dice are just like telling a little story there.
They are. It's so amazing.
Yeah. There was just a moment where you just screamed out, "I love the Feywild," and I need a clip of that.
Yes.
And I couldn't stop rolling dirty 20s.
That was insane.
Oh my
you rolled
gosh,
like 4 in a row or
nonstop.
something like that. It was crazy.
It was nonstop. So,
Yeah, hardly any candy left for Flowerkraut.
I tell you what, I would love to the day that Timothy gets cunning action and the potential of critting on a sneak attack again, because that was very satisfying.
That was cool, yeah. Yeah, I like seeing Timothy playing the rogue role, like climbing up, attacking with the returning daggers, that kind of stuff. And then, like Remington's up there doing the same thing. So I loved how Timothy's like, I gotta learn from this guy. Look,
Yeah.
I want to do the same thing.
Yeah, it makes sense for how you actually do want to progress your character.
Kenku recall.
Oh, yes, you are.
It's a thing I can
Timothy
do
will
now.
Remember that. Yeah, you have your.
Thrig will remember this.
So talk about that. We talked about that a little bit in the episode, but Timothy got a pretty cool upgrade. What was it that you were mostly excited about, kind of changing the way Timothy worked a little bit?
So just the way that the stats work for Kenku's in the old one, in the original, I believe it forces you to put ability points in wisdom, I think it was. So right out the get-go, I wasn't really able to spec Timothy out the way I would for a bard, let alone, multi-classing into a rogue, which is not something that I planned on doing when I first started the character out. So being able to actually like stat him out a bit more appropriately so that his charisma modifier was a little bit higher right out the gates was nice, because I believe, Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's my charisma modifier that gives me the volume of bardic inspirations that I get. So adding another bardic inspiration.
Yeah, you went from a 2 to a 3.
Yeah, adding another bardic inspiration was like really nice. But the Kenku recall ability, I think, is really cool because it like gives more of a gameplay perspective on a narration aspect in the original stat block. Because it's like, yeah, you can forge, like signatures and stuff. Yeah, you can mimic. But the Kenku recall is like specifically, here's what you can do in game. You can roll with advantage anything that you're proficient in up to 3 times using your Kenku recall, because you recall a moment in your past where you learned this technique from somebody or something. I'm like, that's cool, because that gives a specific gameplay element to something that was already narratively in the stat block in the original one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's very powerful, and it pairs so well with a bard / rogue, because you already have insane skills. So being able to pull that and then say, okay, now I get advantage because I'm going to use Kenku Recall. It's pretty awesome. You really set yourself up to be the skills guy.
The old stats for Timothy, like he was better at a lot of things than the new stat version of him, but the things that he is supposed to be good at, he's much better at now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm excited for what you get to do now, because I think it's more in line with what you were envisioning anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do like that. At least, you know, if you follow the standard D&D canon, like we were talking about before with Kenku's moving from just being able to mimic to, you know, now you have the choice. If you want them to just mimic, that's totally fine. If you want them to be able to fully speak, that's totally fine. So it's like in the lore, you could go which way or the other. So because that's a recent change, what I had actually ended up doing in my home game, because I have Kenkus in my home game because I love them to death. But I came up with an idea that when they're young, all they can do is mimic. But as they get older and they learn more language and learn more like words and echoes, it grows strong enough that they're able to basically just have a normal carry-on conversation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Another thing I just wanted to bring up, because we're in the Feywild and we're surrounded by all these really adorable creatures, because I've been looking into it, and I want to run a game in it so bad. It's a module called Humblewood. I think they're called Hit Point Press, and it's literally like Secret of Nim, the D&D campaign.
Oh, that sounds very cute.
Oh, so
Adorable.
So it'll give me childhood trauma?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
okay,
totally.
Cool.
Because I think the villain is like the Great Fire or something like that. And so like there's bird races, there's like mammal races. So there's like raccoons, hedgehogs, foxes, like crows, owls,
Very
pigeons.
Redwall.
It looks so good. Anyone who's like interested in like the creature kind of like stuff, I think that's definitely worth checking out, because I've been reading it and I really been enjoying it. And I was actually going to ask you, Aaron, because it's got some pretty cool stuff for bird creatures. I don't know if you'd be into it, but I saw some feats that they added, and it's also on D&D Beyond, which is super cool. So you could get it on D&D Beyond as well. But I did see some cool feats that they added for specific bird creatures that I think would be pretty fun.
So cool. It sounds adorable.
Yeah.
Nicodemus in Secret of Nim was the first villain that actually scared me as a kid.
I think Don Bluth just had like that tapped energy of like whimsy and then scare the ever living shit out of you at the same time. Like there's something about the way he did things, man. His direction haunts childhood memories.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I love this movie. I'm terrified of this movie, but I still love this movie.
Yeah, I kind of appreciate it a little bit more as an adult.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
His stuff is so interesting. Like, it's just like, you know what? This is kind of neat that they let him do this kind of out there stuff for his movies.
The original, no, let him cook.
Yeah.
Just let him cook.
I like that a lot.
Hey, this guy left Disney for a reason. Just let him go crazy. Let him do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Exactly.
It's working.
Yeah, I can appreciate the weird perspective. Like, we need that. Like, it is true artistry. It's really nice to see that.
So anytime we're in the Feywild, like those are the vibes that I get. And I think that's, as a player, I love it. And Timothy also obviously loves it.
Mm-hmm. I know, he's doing so well.
Yeah, the Feywild has a fantastic mix of adorable creatures and terrifying monsters.
Yeah.
You know?
Hi, I'm a cute little bunny guy. Oh, there's a 8-faced spider laying eggs over there and kidnapping children.
And just ate my children.
All the eggs are coming right out its face.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen it lay eggs with its face before. That's actually new,
Ew.
but, you know,
God.
a Tuesday, I guess.
Oh my gosh, Remington's the best.
Remington rules.
I can't tell who I like more, honestly, between him and Nathaniel.
Nathaniel's character
Nathaniel's
traits are
really
freaking
good.
hilarious. Like,
It's so
Aaron,
funny.
I know we already said this, but like the way that you just kept up with that narration, man, not faulting one time. Oh
Nope.
my God.
Yep.
Him coming in to save Flowerkraut was probably the most funniest heroic things I've ever heard in my life.
Grab that old woman.
He made it epic and silly at the same time.
At the
It was-
same
Hey,
time.
and you know what? And you guys were right. You never introduced yourselves to him, and that's why he said, "Grab the old woman's feet."
Yeah,
because
that's when I realized it. That is when I realized it. I'm like, oh shit, we never told him our names.
I love the idea of also Thrigg not understanding the difference between dead and undead.
Oh, right.
That
You
was
just
Yes.
put un in front of
You
it.
were just dead. You
Yeah.
put un in front of it. I can make you dead.
Yeah. Dead.
I can make you dead again and then use thing on
Yeah.
you.
Well, maybe.
Oh, that seed, it does something important. Oh, what was it? Oh, yes, brings back the dead. Oh, just this little old thing?
That
that's
wasn't
not
your first
important.
thought?
Thrigg, you can't just murder this guy, but if I murder him, I might be helping him. It's just like, help through death.
Thrigg, do you have proficiency with the crowbar?
Yes.
Thrigg.
Yes, I do.
Oh, Thrigg tools.
I got Thrigg tools.
Thrigg tools.
I love all the Thrigg tools.
It's tool time with Thrigg.
Oh my gosh.
what I call a Thrigg improvement.
This is our first recording we've done since Fan Fusion this year, right?
Yeah.
Sure is. Yeah, crazy.
Ooh, let's talk
Which-
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, Fan Fusion ruled.
it was so good.
Forget that I got COVID afterwards. That's fine.
Yeah. No. But a first time thing happened for us where people we had never met before had listened to everything.
Yeah.
Yes. I am still like blown away by the love and support we got from you guys, and we want to thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi to us, those of you that were able to. But for you folks to show up and tell us that you've been listening and you like our show, like that's all we needed to be there. Like that was it. Like I was good.
Yep.
I was
That's
like, you
the
know
magical
what?
pixie dust that makes us fly, man.
Yeah. And we
All the work and organization that goes into putting that booth together, and you guys just made it all worth it. So thank
people
you.
brought us fan art.
Oh my
People
gosh.
were like specifically referencing bits from the show just
Yep.
nonchalantly. I'm like, whoa, this happens now. Like it was every time it like blew my mind. Like I genuinely never thought we would have those kind of interactions with people. And it was so humbling and like so freaking cool.
Yeah, it was really
You
neat.
guys were sharing some of those interactions with me. It was like making my heart soar. It was so cool.
And then Aaron and I didn't get COVID.
Yeah, how did that happen?
So, yeah,
Whew.
I'm happy
I
about it.
rolled low on Constitution. Well,
Yeah.
no, specifically my wife rolled low on Constitution.
Oh, poor Allie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we spent so much time behind the booth, like just hanging out, and somehow avoided it. I'm not sure how that happened, but sorry that you guys got it. But
Hey.
that's conventions for you.
Yep. Yeah, Fan Fusion was fantastic. Genuinely from the bottom of our hearts, like we can't say it enough. I don't think we could ever express it enough, but you know, being like small time and having anybody, even if it was just one person come up to us and say, "Hey, we listened to your show," like that, you know, was 2 years ago, you know, like it was one person that came up and said, we listened to your show, and like we were freaking ecstatic. And then the next year someone like showed up in a BBR shirt and we're like, what? And then like that was enough to like carry us forward. And then this year, like fan art and people referencing the show and people saying they genuinely enjoy it. Like literally, like we looked at each other after every one of those interactions and be like, never thought we would have these moments, and like every single one of them is genuinely special and like makes our hearts soar.
It's been very
It's
humbling.
so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like what an absolute delight, because we've been doing this for as long as we've been doing it because we enjoy it so much, and then to learn like after all this time like other people are enjoying it too with us, like that is the best. That's just so wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you again, everyone.
Yep.
And you've given us more than enough reason to come back to Fan Fusion next year. We will also be in Tucson for Tucson Comic Con over Labor Day weekend.
August 30th.
Woohoo!
August 30th is when that starts. We will be there.
Hey, and there might be some Thrigg stuff.
Oh, me Thrig.
Might be some Thrig stuff.
Is that me?
That's right. We got to update all of our character sheets with Chad's new art for us. Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
And Thrig got some art and is very cute. I love it.
Thrig's adorable. This big dumb idiot. I love him.
With his little bear, kind of like little hoodie, bear hoodie. So cute.
Looks like he's wearing pajamas, which isn't.
I
It's
know.
what's so funny is it's kind of like I pictured it. Like I wasn't picturing it in Chad's art style originally, and I was like, oh yeah, he's still got the. I just kind of threw it. He's still got the hood with the bear on it. And then Chad sends me the first picture, and it's like he's in pajamas, and it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I didn't know I was gonna love it so much, and I took it to my kiddo, who is a big Thrig fan, and I showed it to them, and the belly laugh that came out of them, they're like, it's the most perfect thing I've ever seen, Dad. I was like, yes, yep, we did it right. So it is so awesome.
Yay.
It is so awesome and so silly. I love everything about it.
It was fun to have a full episode worth of Thrig, because our last episode being a two-parter, and this one potentially being a two-parter, but the last one was like the first part was no Thrig, and then second part was Thrig. It was fun to have just like a whole episode just hanging out with this character. He's fun.
Yes.
Ben, he's a real fun character. I love him to
fun.
death.
I'm excited to have more social interactions, because there's a lot of like nuance we haven't got to with Thrig yet, which we will, which is going to be really, really fun for me. Mainly. You kind of saw
I know what he's talking
My
about.
favorite interaction was still like, no, we're gonna stealth, and then he's like, oh, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stealth
on to
this
his
I
leg.
can't stop you.
It's like, I can't stop Thrig. He's gonna do it.
I like the idea of like the idea was like he was making eye contact with you, but still taking like these micro steps. And he's like looking at you like a kid, like you're telling him like, hey, don't go touch that. And he's just kind of shuffling away while still looking directly at you. Like, oh, I'm going to go
That
hit
actually
it.
is reminding me, what the heck was Nathaniel doing in the bush?
Oh, that's where he died.
Like, was he just in a bush the entire time?
Yep. He was killed there, and he basically sat there. Well, he was aware of the surroundings because he had already cast the spell.
That's awesome.
But he couldn't get up and move because there was still a Fomorian walking around, and it probably would have crushed him if he had moved and got up.
So everything would have just been in vain had he kept it up.
Poor baby. I love him. He's so amazing.
Oh, you know what, Chad? I know we just met these characters, but I can already imagine that you're going to want to put together like character cards for like Nathaniel and Remington.
You never have to ask me twice. It was already in my head.
Yeah.
In one of our home games, I play a Haragon. So as soon as like you threw an NPC our way, I was like, oh shoot, a new character to love.
Oh, I love him. Oh yeah, Timothy has some character. Like Timothy goes deep with the characters. He is finding little homes in like each of these characters. I mean, we don't really know much about Remington, especially.
They could be the worst. They could be just the worst.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I don't know. I like that Timothy, after having like just the hints that we're getting of the past that he used to have, like he's finding, like he's making these connections, building these relationships. It's really sweet. I love that.
Yeah.
He wants to take Harisha and Tumbleweed to the Feywild when we fix it up.
Oh.
Like, you guys have got to see this place. It's crazy.
Just needs a few renovations.
Just a little bit.
Needs a few renovations. Just the expulsion of all the dark energies that have been brought here by otherworldly creatures from the Underdark of the Feywild. That means to destroy the entire existence that we've known to come and love. But other than that, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, some nasty ass spider humanoid things and some millipedes. It's fine.
Listen, this always happens when you move to the East Coast. You're just gonna have to deal with the spider people and the millipede creatures. It's just
and
what
the
it
giant
is.
Millipedes. Are you sure that's not Arizona where we live?
The eder caps are real nasty. Like when I was looking up some of the lore behind them, they plague the Feywild, and like the Fey creatures absolutely hate them because they're like known for stringing webs between trees and catching fairies and sucking them their blood dry. You know,
Oh, jeez.
Dark.
yeah.
I love it.
Well, relatable. We hate them too.
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah.
You suck. Oh, and fighting the millipedes, Thrigg growing large paid off because they couldn't grapple him anymore. I loved that.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Smart. Does that only happen when he rages, or is that something else?
Yeah, it's rage, and I choose to do it. So I don't have to. So like if we're in a room that's not big enough, I don't have to grow larger, which I think is really cool.
I liked your description when you said, I'm going to put a little like electrical jazz into this axe,
push
hit.
Push the lightning through them. Yeah. That was cool. That's me being a storm giant, baby, which is real fun.
Flowerkraut getting stunned and then webbed.
I honestly, it was great.
She's like, I just want to cast mirror image, god damn it. Yeah.
Honestly, everyone else was doing well enough that it definitely made it up for it. Like, I was very worried at the beginning of the fight, like, oh no, and Thrigg is gonna get paralyzed too. Like, we're screwed. But no, it just made it very funny. And the visual, Chad, that you made of Timothy just looking out on the battlefield and watching Flowerkraut get like attacked by a centipede, like tentacle face, and then get dragged by one thing, and then dragged by another thing, and then saved by an old skeleton zombie guy. And then Brandy spanks one of the centipedes to death.
That's a great comic panel right there. That really is.
It's like one of those YouTube their shorts or TikToks where Timothy's just reacting to all the different videos. You just see like Flowerkraut gets paralyzed and he just goes okay, and then like all of a sudden Brandy's getting dragged off and he like reaches forward. Oh, okay.
I also do like the image of Thrigg and Brandy just beating the shit out of a millipede from either side.
They're friends.
And just tag teaming was just so good, man.
That's how the friendship formed.
Yeah.
Thrigg yelling, "Yeah, spank it to death!" is like
yes,
t-shirt quote.
Spank it to death. I mean, it started out strong because you gave Brandy like the head of what was it, the giant or whatever.
The giant.
Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
then Aaron describing it going through the neck.
So good.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's player Ben coming through though. I'm a cat person, so I can't not. I got 4 of them. I can't not feed the cat.
Oh, that's very sweet. That warms Flowerkraut's heart too. She was a little bit pissy at Brandy. She was pissy about everything today, but I mean, I kind of liked that. It was very funny.
Brandy, go stealth. No.
No, don't want to.
No.
Don't want
But if
to.
that ain't cat-like behavior, I
Yep.
don't know what
It's
is.
true.
I can
It's
absolutely
so
picture
true.
the smug walk back up after eating the brain, just like
Yes.
absolutely just trotting up, just like this swish, like yep.
I love that you added that.
That's exactly what it is.
Because, Flowerkraut was just like arms crossed, foot tapping. Brandy's just strutting up all smug. Like, ugh. Flowerkraut's just like, whatever. And then she's just so over the day. Like, all this bullshit's
Right.
happening to her.
At the end, she's getting dragged and she's just like, I give up. Fuck this.
Oh no, I'm being dragged to my death.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. This entire day has been unacceptable.
That was the fucking funniest line. Oh, I laughed so hard when you said that. I had to like turn away from the microphone because I was hacking. I was laughing so hard.
Oh. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. I almost died laughing so hard at just all of this stuff that was happening. Especially when Aaron, you kind of like, I don't really think about it like, oh yeah, she knocked down the last of his hit points and it just happened to be with a tentacle spank. You're like, I'm trying to imagine how that works. Like, how does it die from being spanked? So just
And
like,
you were drinking.
I was drinking some water at that very moment and almost sprayed down Joe's bookcase and like, oh man, so funny. Because yeah, it's like you do have to think about like how exactly was this? Like just the thought of somebody smacking, like even just like a humanoid, like smacking someone else and they die, spanking someone so hard that they die.
I'm going over it in my head. Like I can see Brandy spanks this thing and it just kind of deflates. It just goes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's made of balloons. God, the Feywild is weird.
Oh, I know. I just picture Timothy's just on top of the world. He's in his element. He looks over his domain and sees how we're dealing with this place. Thrig's doing great, but still, we're all just a hot mess and it's hilarious.
That's the best part about me and Thrig. He won't think about it. He'll just keep going. There's not going to be a lot of introspection.
He just keeps chopping away.
Yep.
I'm gonna chop down that tree.
Okay, bud, we'll find 2 really big rocks.
I took this rock and hit it with this harder rock.
Hard rock.
I'll chop it down, I'll burn it down, I'll figure it out.
I'm still laughing at the idea of spanking someone so hard that they die.
Break it to death. It died of embarrassment.
The millipede gets like blushy cheeks.
Oh, God.
No, stop.
Oh, you're spanking me.
Stop it. This freaking tentacled, beaked mouth centipede creature getting embarrassed. It's so funny.
That paired with the fly, and then also paired with Aaron, your idea of making Flowerkraut like change her face to be a Doki fly face as she elderly blasts the last thing to death.
The Doki fly face.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's gonna be like 3 different.
Okay, all right. That's the fan art right there.
So good.
I mean, it's gonna be all
bending
3 of these
over.
Doki bug faces. I can't. My stomach hurts so much. I'm dying.
The freaking Aragon is just like, well, that was completely unnecessary, but I sure as hell had fun.
Fucking true.
Oh, he's so right. He's so
Drinking
right.
elven wine behind a
It's
tree,
so
just firing
unnecessary.
freaking arrows.
He's so cool.
Such a vibe.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, well,
good.
guys, that was a fun
That
one.
was fun.
This is on my top 5 episodes we've ever done, easily.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. So good.
Alrighty.
Well, I think I'm gonna go have a midnight donut, you guys.
Oh, that sounds
Hell
amazing.
Yeah. I support that.
Yes. Big juicy bubble butted donut waiting for me.
So you make sure you give it a good spank before you eat it.
Yeah, I will.
It
You got
explodes.
it is a Boston cream croissant donut.
Oh, don't do it.
Like so, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do
don't
that.
expect
it
do that.
will. It
No.
will explode.
We need a button design of Brandy with just the statement "spank it to death."
I would. Yeah.
We need something with that, man.
Yeah.
I can't live in a world where it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, I want like a pin or a sticker of Doki fly face now.
Yeah.
And the the Jeff Goldblum fly pose.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
She's got to be doing like a Sailor Moon pose with like the 2 fingers over its face. Just
Yes. Juicy butt facing us.
Are you gonna come over here and take a bite out of me?
Buzz, 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 buzz. Oh, no, don't do it.
This is great, you guys.
Yeah.
Spank this episode to death. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for everybody coming and listening to us, and we are excited to get on to the next episode.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much for listening to our Song of Rest. If you like the adventures your ears just wit on, feel free to listen in on our other adventures from any plane of existence or seeing stone you get your podcasts. Until we meet again, safe journeys, travelers.